This is a Rutke Mods video. Hello, I'm Greg Rutke of Rutke Mods, and welcome to my under $1,000 Z170 K-SKU build. Now, I want to make this a series because I really don't want to fit this all into one video because it will take some time. To start off, I want to explain to you why I'm building this computer. My oldest friend, and when I say oldest friend, I mean literally oldest friend, we've been friends since we were newborns. He and his mother wanted me to build his father a gaming computer for Christmas. And this is the computer right here. Now, I'll be showing you an invoice for all the parts that were bought off of Newegg. But needless to say, this is under $1,000, and not counting the Corsair fans. I actually bought those because I didn't like the fans that came in the case. So those aren't included, but I'm leaving them in the video. Anyway, my friend had a specific requirement for this system. He wanted a system that was a Z board and a K-SKU processor. He actually wanted originally to build a 4690K i5 with a GTX 970 in it for under $1,000. I told him that it would just be as easy to build a Skylake system and get a 6600K, which is what we did, and I also got him a 1060. Now, we had to cheap out a little bit on some of the parts, but it's still going to be a very, very great performer. The only thing that I kind of regret getting is the case that this is going into. It's a DIY PC case, which isn't what I'd call super great. But for what we are using it for, it's still going to be a good system. So anyway, let's begin with all the parts that we are going to be using. First off, we have an open box Z170E from Asus. This was a great deal, and the board looks great. Then we have a EVGA GTX 1060 SSC, and the EVGA 600 Bronze, an OCZ 480 gig TR150, the fans that aren't included in the price, but will help cool this system and keep it quiet, an i5 6600K, 2 sticks of 8GB Ripjaws 4, and a Water 3.0 Performer C AIO liquid cooler. The case is a DIY PC case, the VII BK15 LED light case. This case was literally about $39. And it's just metal and plastic. It's not a great quality case, but it's a pretty decent looker, especially from afar, and it will still be a great case to build in. Now, this PC case still has a lot of creaminess inside of it, if you know what I mean. It's actually a very, very well-featured case, and has a lot of neat features that you don't usually get in a budget case like this. Of course, it's still not a super great case, but the nice extra features are a nice thing that will really make this build pop when I'm done with it. The only drawback that I found is the PCI slots. The covers are actually welded, spot welded in. So when you populate a slot, you have to snap them out, and you can't replace them if you ever take it out. That's the only drawback I've found in this case. This case has incredible cable management, room for an optical drive, which I'm actually installing for them because they wanted one, but it hasn't come in the mail yet. This has room for one, even though it's actually inside, it's capable to hold two. So I don't really know why they did that. This is probably a universal type of case. This case also has great wire management in the back of it, and a basement for power supply, which you never ever see in a budget case. So that is an awesome thing. So yes, this is going to be a great case to build in. And now I'm going to set up the board and show you the tests I'm going to be doing with it to make sure everything works before I assemble it. Oh, and here's another neat thing about this case. It has room for a 240mm radiator. That's pretty cool. Okay, so my first attempt to start this was a fail. I tried everything I could think of to start the board. It had power, but wasn't doing anything. And I looked everywhere online, and nothing online helped. In fact, there really wasn't anything online about it, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. So I was about to give up, thinking that the open box board was actually damaged. And right as I was about to give up, I thought, well, maybe it was just a jumper issue. And I looked into the manual and found out that the real-time clock sometimes needs reset. And you just hold a piece of metal to the jumper, which is right here. You put a piece of metal to that, let it jump out, and then you short the power pins again, and it will start up like this. I have already overclocked it to test out the overclockability, and the system works great. Well, that is the end of this episode. In the next episode, I'll show you the finished product. I decided to just skip the building video because it's done and overdone too many times online. So I'm just going to show you the finished product and show you some benchmarks. Anyway, well, thank you for watching. This has been a Rutke Mods video. And it will start up like this. Why isn't there power?